Good morning, Roatan. This is Roatan weather for Monday, yes, March the 6th, 2023. It's about 9:20 a.m. A couple of things we're going to highlight today is clouds, but likely no rain for Tuesday and Wednesday. Also, a chance of a norther mid to late next week, although there's some disagreement among the computer models as to if that could actually happen this late in the year. So we'll start out with our current conditions. This is the north side to Sandy Bay. We have 1 meter waves, about 3 feet, winds around 15 miles an hour. A lot better than what we had last week with 6-foot waves and 35-mile-an-hour winds. Similar on Cordelia Bank on the south side near the airport, also 1 meter waves, 3 feet, and about 15-mile-per-hour winds. Here's our current conditions around the islands. 82 degrees in Guanaja, 81 in West End. If you want to know where I live, it's right here. This guy, Jonesville Point. Usually you'll notice my winds are a little higher than anybody else's because we face the east wind. So we get a good idea, a good reading here as to what the wind off the sea really is. And it is, like we said before, about 13 to 16 miles an hour this morning. 82 degrees we're at right now. Here's our current satellite image. I'll put this in motion so that we can see what the clouds are doing. We have these high level cirrus clouds that are moving from west to east. The lower level clouds that could produce some rain are well to our east over towards Cayman. So probably won't make it this far today, so we'll stay dry today. Couple of things. First, we said we were going to talk about some cloud cover for tomorrow and Wednesday. And usually when you hear cloud cover, you think there's a chance of rain. Problem with this cloud cover, if we take a look at our cloud map, here's the US, here's the Atlantic, and here's Central America. Here we are right off the north coast of Honduras. And if we put this in motion, you can see a great deal of cloudiness overhead Wednesday into Thursday, or actually Tuesday into Wednesday night, more like. But unfortunately, you see the wispiness of these clouds, the east-west orientation, and they're moving from west to east in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And if we actually look at our wind guru, and we can see the GFS model, that's a North American model, it's showing 100% cloud cover, but all in the upper levels of the atmosphere, not giving us any in the lower levels of the atmosphere. Those upper level clouds do not produce rain for us. It's the lower level clouds that can produce rain. Some models are trying to push in a few lower level clouds, and my suspicion is that we'll have a few. So I'll say a 20% chance of rain for Tuesday morning and for Wednesday morning, maybe 25% for Wednesday morning. But not great, and not something that's going to fill our cisterns. But the cloud cover high in the atmosphere will make it feel a little fresher. If we go to the model that shows what we call the temperature anomaly, how much above or below average our temperatures are, the blues are good. Blues are below average temperatures, and if you look at the next 2 days, we do have some blue temperature predictions. So normally we're 82, 83 this time of year. Those clouds tomorrow and Wednesday may keep us a little lower than normal, maybe in the upper 70s. And as you know, if the sun's not beating down on you, it feels a lot fresher. So that might be nice for Tuesday and Wednesday. The other thing that we want to keep an eye on is the potential for a norther coming in middle of next week. So this is the North American GFS model, and you can see towards Wednesday of next week, it shows a pretty well-defined cold front coming down and passing through and giving us a good slug of rain, inch or two around the area. Unfortunately, this is a week and a half out, and models will often disagree. This is the European model, and it shows as we get into next week, it shows the same cold front, but you'll notice it shows it going off the east coast of the United States and not really coming close to us. Unfortunately, I'll say this is more typical for a March cold front. By this time of year, the cold fronts usually pass to our north, and that's why we get less rain, less cooler temperatures this time of year. So if I were to go with what typically happens in March, I would say the Euro is probably right, and we probably won't have a lot of rain next week. But the GFS is usually fairly accurate, so we'll see. And you can see it shows that dry air coming in behind the rain. So if this were to happen, and we go back to the temperature anomaly map, then a week from Thursday, we would really have some cool temperatures, maybe around 70. I would very much love for this to come true. I don't know that it will. We should know a lot more around the midweek to late week. To forecast a 1 week out is much more accurate than the forecast a week and a half out. So that's the headlines. This week we'll have those 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, seas 3 to 4 feet. Good clouds Tuesday and Wednesday, but a very low chance of rain throughout the week. Midweek, watching the possibility of a norther next week. All right. Well, don't forget to like or subscribe on YouTube. And also, if you'd like to donate for all these nice weather models that we subscribe to, feel free to donate on Patreon in US dollars and buy me a coffee in Canadian dollars. Thank you and have a good day.